Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you were good. Thank you for joining on this one. Afternoon, yeah. Good luck indeed to everyone on this one. Wendy. So right, there we go. He's in the group. Just pinned to featured. So happy days. Cool. Right then. Let's just switch that tab to here. So we've got that. No. Get us straight to the straight shared screens. Maybe we can't move that around. Just did that one. Cool. Right then. So we are here with our break 237, which is a break of the Pro Set Metal Football Jumbo. 10 people in the break, which you can see on the screen in front of you. And then so everyone walks away with an autograph. There will be somebody will walk away with a 1-of-1 slabbed card, and then 9 other autos, which will be picked in a random draft. But we have first the giveaway for the birthday break. So as I said, 1 in 10 chance of getting into the break. So I'm just going to... I don't know, Dan. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You walk away with nothing, Dan. How about that? So we were doing the random for the spot in the birthday break. So as I said, everyone in the break shouldn't have done. That would have made it clearer. Every one of these 10 in the break. So run through. So we've got Daniel Marsh in the 1 spot, Wendy Chandler in the 2 spot, Daryl Smith in the 3 spot, Darren Robinson in the 4 spot, Richard Hawkins in the 5 spot, Dave Kirkwood in the 6 spot, Matthew Jones in spot 7 and 8, Daryl Smith in the 9 spot, and Dan James in the 10 spot. So I'm going to do the random. Whoever sits at the top of this will get a spot in the birthday break. So let's go for it. Roll the dice 6 times. Let's go. Let's just double check I am still on that screen. Apologies to that. I'm on that screen. Let's continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and final time. And it goes to the 1 spot. The 1 spot does not move from the top. Obviously, it moved around, but the 1 spot gets it. So Daniel Marsh walks away with the birthday break spot. And that was the last spot taken as well. So the last spot mojo, the amount of times I see that in minis is insane, really. That the last spot goes, the last spot gets it. So congratulations, Dan. I will chuck you into the break. And that is that. Right, so let's switch back on to this one. I'll have to come back to random in a bit, actually. Let's go. New giveaway. Stop. No, it's not. I'm going to have to take the green again now. I don't want to do that all later. Right, go back to that. Cool. Right then, so congratulations, Dan. That is the birthday break spot giveaway. So now we will do another random for the order of the draft. That was just the one for the birthday break. So obviously that is that. So here is the Pro Set Metal. It's a heavy box. So we've got 9 auto cards plus 1 slabbed auto proof per box. Obviously, you got a bit of Pickett, Henderson, Traver on the front, and then as always with the rest of it, not a lot anywhere else. And I could never remember which ones have. Never remember which ones are already top loaded. So I've got only top loaded. I can't remember. Some of the Pro Set ones are, and some of them aren't. I'll have to try and hide the jumbo. So for the jumbo, a little bit on the side there. Feels like these might already be top loaded. Okay. Yes, they are. There's the empty top. Right. I'm going to put the one of one upside down. Do a reveal of that one. So that can go there, and that can go there. Right, and then there's the empty box. I'll get some spacers. There is our one of one, so that's a one of one. Did see the design, didn't see the name of the player. I'll swat in that one. So our first one up is a Jake Haener Power Surge, and that is numbered 4 of 30, if that picks that up. So Jake Haener, not a name I'm overly familiar with, unfortunately. 4 of 30, Jake Haener. I'll pop that up there. It looks like a QB. Let's have a quick look at old Jake, see what he's about. Jake. Okay, so he's on the Saints. So he's 4th round pick in this year's draft, and he's on the Saints. Now remember that the picture of his rookie photo shoot where he looked quite serious. So yeah, he was drafted in the 4th round this year, 127th pick, and he is the Saints. So that's not a bad one, to be fair. Probably last year, probably would have been looking at it a bit differently, but this one, knowing he's drafted, is pretty good. So yeah, Jake Haener, not bad for the first one out of the box, to be fair. And then next up, another Power Surge insert, and this one's Deuce Vaughn. And that's a blue, looks like a blue cracked ice, and that's 18 of 25. Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn. Let's have a look at Deuce. He was drafted this year, and it's the Cowboys, round 6. He was Kansas State Wildcats. So another one drafted this year. Too bad. Again, would have been last year a little bit different looking at it, and knowing where they were. Right, card number 3. I've got a wide receiver. And that is Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin, that's numbered 8 of 20. So lots of nice low numbered stuff. Troy Franklin. Yeah, it does look bad. It's always the way. When you think about missing out of it, and then you miss out, and it's got the, especially when you get the, one of the, sort of the big prize out of this one. Obviously there will be the one of one as well, and probably the last autograph is usually pretty solid in the leaf box. Troy Vaughn. That is not the one we're looking for. Troy Vaughn runs the Los Angeles Mission, unless he does. Football. Wow, we do not get a... Why am I looking for True Vaughn? It's Troy Franklin, Jesus. Troy Franklin. That's why I couldn't find anything. Let's get mixing up the last 2 players. So Troy Franklin was Oregon, and he still is at the Oregon Ducks. So he's had pretty 8 touchdowns last year, 56 receptions, 867 yards, so that's pretty solid. So he's probably one to look out for in the next couple of years. Troy Franklin. Here we go. So we've got another blue wide receiver. And we have Jaquarii Roberson. That's 34 of 35. Jaquarii Roberson. Jaquarii, let's have a look at Jaquarii. Jaquarii Roberson. looks like UCF. No, Wake Forest. And he's a free agent. He did sign with the Cowboys as an undrafted free agent, but he is obviously still a free agent. But he does hold the single season record for receiving yards per game at Wake Forest. So that one's probably the worst one that we've pulled so far. Yeah. Next one coming up. And I think from the little part that I saw of it, this is going to be a good one. And it's an Action Inc. Travion Henderson of Ohio State. 19 of 20. So that's a very nice card. He will be, I think he's going to be the top running back next year, potentially, I think. So 19 of 20. Nice Travion Henderson. I think I'm pretty sure he is draft eligible next year, I think. That's a nice one again. And there's my space. And we've got another running back coming this time. He looks like potentially he's at Notre Dame. And it's Kyren Williams. And that is 11 of 25. Kyren Williams. And I think was he drafted by the Chargers? Chargers or Rams? Rams. Yeah, so he was drafted. Was he drafted or was he an undrafted free agent? Let's have a look. Looks like he was undrafted. No, he was last year's draft, round 5, pick 164. Yeah. So Kyren Williams was last year. So now we must be getting into last year's rookies rather than the sort of the XRCs. That would have been in this one. For the next one. And next looks like a pink prospect. And that is George Karlaftis. And I believe he was drafted by the Chiefs last year. And that's a nice low numbered one. 3 of 5. George Karlaftis. That's like a pink scope type design. George Karlaftis. He was Chiefs last year. I think he was quite high from memory where he got drafted. Because I know I did pick him up in a. I picked him up in a Dynasty League that had IDP. Defensive players in it. Can't tell me where he was drafted. He was the first round 30th overall, so not that high. But yeah, still first rounder. Get the next spacer in. And this one looks like a zebra pattern, so if this was select, we'd be going a bit crazy. You know, zebra. This is in Leaf Pro set. It is Emeka Egbuka. And that is numbered 1 of 5, so still nicely low numbered. Emeka Egbuka. Put him up there. Emeka Egbuka. So I can't not name him again. I think he's 20 years old, so he's going to be again draft eligible in a couple of years. I think next year it will be. And he had 8 touchdowns last year as well. 832, so a pretty solid year last year. So one, if you pick him, one to track his performance for next year. Next one. So wide receiver. Nice one. Garrett Wilson, drafted by the Jets last year. Had a pretty solid rookie year. 8 of 35 Garrett Wilson. So a nice one there for that one. Where was Garrett drafted? It's a nice one. Wilson. How many drops did Garrett Wilson have? They ended up with 4 touchdowns last year. Where did he get drafted? So he was 10th overall pick. So yeah, it's a good one for nice one. Whoever picks that one up. And then our final one. Well, final one before the 1 of 1 anyway. Saw the name of this player. It's like a pink wave, and that's Kenneth Walker the third. And he's numbered 14 out of 20. So Kenneth Walker, drafted by the Seahawks. So nice one there. He was drafted 2nd round, pick 41. Right then, so let's go to the 1 of 1. I just realised you can see who it is either way, whichever way I do it, so that was useless. So we have a 1 of 1 zebra, very nice. Devontae Price, Leaf XRC rookie. It's a very nice looking card. Devontae Price, running back, I think. Let's lie that there for a second. Devontae Price. I'm sure I pulled something of his before. Devontae Price. There he is. Born in 1999. So he is a free agent. He played college football at Florida International. He was last career history was at the Colts. So there might be other ones. He did not register tackle. He was elevated due to the injuries to JT. But yeah, so 1 of 1 might not actually be the first one off the board, but that is the 1 of 1. Devontae Price, 1 of 1. Right then. I'll do the random for the pick order next. And then I'll just do a recap of the cards. And what I'll do, as always, I'll do a list in the break post, and we can pick from there. So I'm just going to grab the list again. Draft order. Right, pop that in. Again, switch that back. There we are. Picture. There we go. Right, so same order as before. We've got Dan Marsh, Wendy, Daryl, Darren, Richard, Dave, Matthew, Daryl, and Dan. So we're going to go as many times as the roll takes us. So we're going 9 times this time. So whoever's top gets the first pick, and then so on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9th and final time. And that is the order, guys. So we've got Daryl in the 3 spot taking the first pick, Darren with the 2nd pick, Matthew Jones with the 3rd pick, Wendy with the 4th pick, Daniel Marsh with the 5th pick, Richard with the 6th pick, Dan with the 7th, Daryl with the 8th, and Matthew with the 9th, and then Dave Kirkwood with the 10th and final pick. So I've copied this one. Copy the link, stick that onto the break. Right, switch back to this. Right, do the run through of the cards. Right then, so up for selection we have the Devonte Price 1 of 1 Zebra. We have the Garrett Wilson, numbered 8 of 35. The Emeka Egbuka, numbered 1 of 5 Zebra. The Kenneth Walker III, which is numbered 14 of 20. We have the George Karlaftis, numbered 3 of 5. The Kieran Williams, numbered 11 of 25. Possibly the best card, maybe this one. The Travion Henderson, numbered 19 of 20. Depends on different views, I suppose. Ja'Quari Roberson, numbered 34 of 35. You got the Troy Franklin, 8 of 20. Deuce Vaughn, Power Surge, 18 of 25. And the first card that came out was the Jake Hayner, numbered 4 of 30. So what I'll do is I will update a list on the break post, and then we can tag each other up and get this picked off. But thank you very much. Thanks for joining. Hopefully you'll get something, a card that you would like. And yeah, thanks very much. Have a good weekend. I think Rich might be dropping a baseball break over the weekend. Just depends on how Teddy is doing. Thanks, right. Have a good weekend, everyone, and I'll catch you next week.